Chances are you got into self-development because it's a new trend to get in shape and start your own business and grow your personal brand and become an alpha male or an alpha female. You've binged all of Hamza, Iman Gadzhi, Alex Hormozi's videos, but you feel like they don't really speak to you. And that's because self-development is harder for Asian men and women. And here's why. Number one, there is so much cultural expectation on us. A lot of people in self-development, they tell you to, start your own business, grow your personal brand. But traditionally, especially for Asian culture, they want you to follow the perfect path. Do well in school, get into a good university, and then get a stable job and take care of your parents. This is the perfect path. And anything outside of that is not seen as real work. Entrepreneurship, content creation, especially, that doesn't mean anything, right? These are just hobbies in their eyes, and it's not seen as a real job. There's also huge fear of judgment from other people. All the IEs, they get together and they gossip about their grandson or their nephew or their other family member who's now working at Goldman Sachs or McKinsey, or they're doing all these different things, right? They want to brag to each other about you. And if they go up and say, oh yeah, my son's making videos on Instagram and YouTube, like, it's not perceived in the same light as the other career paths. And that's why there's also so much cultural expectation and pressure on following that path and sticking to the mold. All right, the next one is fitness and genetics. For guys, you're usually, at least for me, I was very skinny, had incredibly fast metabolism. It was hard for me to bulk up since I also played a lot of sports and I was constantly burning calories. So it was very difficult for me to bulk up, and it fed into the stereotype of Asian guys being unathletic and all these different stereotypes of how we're skinny and scrawny and not really desirable. For me, I was actually one of those weird Asians who was relatively athletic, but you encounter a lot of these stereotypes when I would play sports. Like, no matter what I was playing, like baseball, football, soccer, ice hockey mostly, I would hear a lot of these stereotypes and experience a lot of discrimination. Like, a lot of comments like, go back to your country, they make fun of how small your eyes are, and they look down on you. And for women, there's pressure to stay skinny like a toothpick, but in a healthy way, whatever the hell that means. You gotta have glass skin, small eyes, big face. Wait, no, other way around. Small face, big eyes. I think I'm stupid. Sorry, I've been filming for a bit. Like, look at this. All the pretty girls that I'm friends with, I ask them, oh, what'd you have to eat today? And they're like, yeah, I had a coffee. And I'm like, I'm waiting for them to tell me more, but that's it. That's all they have, because they feel they have to limit all of the entire food intake so they can fit the beauty standard. And that is not healthy, guys. Like, you have to eat food. I can make other videos on how to actually slim down in a healthy way and change your diet so that it complements the foods that you enjoy, and make sure you're actually eating. But I can do that for a different video. It would take too much time for this one. But let me know if you want to see that. I can do it especially for women as well, because I used to be an online fitness coach, so I can help with some of the nutrition. Just let me know if you want to see that video. But if this is you, ladies, and you are just drinking an iced Americano during your days, stop that shit. Stop doing that right now. Also, our skincare is different. So I have oily, acne-prone skin, and a lot of other Asian friends that I have this skin type as well. And a lot of mainstream skincare advice and products don't really work for me. There's not really much tailored advice for Asian skin specifically, and that's what I want to help shed some light on. Because I used to have really, really bad skin, and now I look like this. When it comes to diet, Asian foods are naturally just so high in carbs. Rice, noodles, oh my god, they're amazing, right? But it's not good if you're trying to cut, especially. And there's also the cultural aspect of eating all your food. You need to finish all your food. Even if they give you a big ass bowl of rice, you need to eat all of it. Right? Otherwise, it's seen as rude and you could offend people for doing that. It's not the most diet friendly. And that's what's difficult about it. Because if you're on a diet, you know you need to reduce your carbs, but you're also eating out and you're with your family and they will reprimand you for not finishing all your food. These two are clashing, and that's why it's difficult. And then for guys, obviously, we're short. Recently, there have been some tall motherfuckers. I don't know what y'all are eating, but okay, from my experience, a lot of Asian guys are pretty short. We're short, we have spiky hair, and it's a huge insecurity that I had when I was growing up. Oh, if only I was 6'2", if I was 6'3", if only I was 7'3", you know? I always had thoughts like these, and it became a huge insecurity for me. And then for Asian women, there's pressure to fit into the Western beauty standard, but still remain traditionally Asian because you aren't Western on the inside, yet you still need to embody these Western beauty standards, but also uphold Asian beauty standards. And that to me is, that sounds like a lot of pressure. And then when it comes to social expectations, Asian men, I touched on this a bit, are not seen as masculine, or the Western perception of masculine. And then Asian women are fetishized. White people are weird about you all, and they're met with unrealistic beauty expectations. So, yes, that's another reason why Asian self-development is different, but also harder. All right, and then lastly is mindset and mental health. So in the Asian community, this is not a thing, non-existent. Anxiety, depression, just pray harder, okay? Just work through it. That's what they tell you. And then for a lot of Asian people, at least for me, especially Asian Americans, you struggle with dual identity. You're too Western for the traditionally Asian people, and you're too Asian for the Western people. So it's hard to find where you fit in. And it seems like you're kind of in no man's land in the sense that you have aspects from both of these groups, but you don't necessarily resonate directly with either of them. And then you just feel out of place. And those are the main reasons why self-development for Asian guys and girls is so much harder than most people. And that's not the end of the video though. You thought I was just gonna complain the whole time. But here's how you overcome all these challenges. All right, let's go. So number one, I talked about cultural expectations. The way that you can overcome this is redefine success for yourself. You need to have unwavering confidence in your path if that's going to be against the grain and against the mold that your parents and grandparents lay out for you. If you're going against that, you need to have such a vision and believe in what you're doing every day, because you need to be going towards your goal while everyone else is pushing you back, because that's what they're going to be doing. Fortunately, I was able to have a conversation with my parents, and they're going to allow me this gap semester, that's why I'm on right now, to focus on my entrepreneurial stuff, my business, content creation, all that sort of thing. But I wouldn't have gotten here had I not sat down, had a serious conversation about them, and told them, this is what I want to do, here's my vision, and this is how I'm going to get there. All right, next one is fitness and genetics. When you can, try to eat less carbs. I know I talked about when you're going out, but you don't eat out every single night unless you're a baller. I'm not a baller, I'm kind of broke as hell, so I eat at home very frequently. So when I cook, and make my own meals, I can reduce the amount of rice and noodles that I eat. And this will help you slim down in a healthy way. Naturally reduce your carbs, increase your protein intake, and then incorporate a lot of fruits, fermented vegetables, yogurt, and other things like that that'll improve your gut microbiome. This is just the start of helping you slim down in a healthy way. For skincare, do research or just watch my videos. I'll make more skincare videos, but I would recommend using Korean products. Just do research on what works for you, what suits your skin type, and test things out. I know it's scary to test because it can make your face blow up. I'd rather have my face blow up for a month and then have clear skin for the rest of my life. That's a necessary sacrifice that I'm willing to take. Oh, and I did take that sacrifice. I did do that. And then for fitness, just work out consistently. You don't have to be doing the optimal workouts. You don't have to be hitting these exact calories unless you're going to compete for bodybuilding. But if you're just trying to be healthy, improve your physique, keep it simple, do what's sustainable for you, focus on form and technique over outlifting other people for some reason. But just the best workout is the one that you can stick to. The next one is social barriers, and this one will require a lot more inner work because it's mainly just having confidence in yourself and confidence in what you're doing. For men especially, you need to build strength and assertiveness. And then for women, own your individuality and stand firm against unrealistic expectations. You can still work towards upholding some of these beauty standards, but you can do it in a natural way, in a way that isn't harming to you, in a way that you are actually eating food and not destroying yourself every day, okay? I have a video specifically for Asian women glow up coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And then lastly is mindset and mental health. Normalize mental health conversations. I know it's difficult, but talk to your parents. Talk to your parents. I did not want to talk to my parents about some of the issues I was dealing with, but I had to. I turned to them. They were super supportive. They helped me get therapy and such when I was dealing with suicide in 2023. That's a whole thing. But they were actually a lot more supportive than I thought, and it's brought me closer to them. So it's okay to have these conversations and just really cultivate an environment where you can have these conversations. So I'm actually starting a school community for only Asians in self-development, helping you achieve the best version of yourself. And there you go. There's already a community of other people like you with similar goals. And this will help foster meaningful connections and help you guys grow together. So if you're interested in that, you can apply for the wait list down below. That's the video. Peace.